I'm on it's live. Damn, didn't do it fast enough because
bitch bad. What's up, IFLC? How's everyone doing? I see Ree in the chat. What's up, Ree? Hey, if you could be in the chat, you could be on the stream. What the hell?
True. No, because she listens while she's doing her job.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
At work.
So, I'm sorry. I went in hard on that, and I apologize. We got a good show. We have a guest. He has not arrived yet. His name is Dakota Alexander. You might have seen his work if you're in the F-book groups that we frequent. You've seen his stuff, right, Robo?
I have.
I got a Dakota original right behind me. I don't know if you can see
Dakota original. Let's do it.
I don't know if you can see that right there, but that's Dakota. Yeah.
That's dope.
But yeah, very talented artist. And he did some other stuff too. He did something relatively notable involving our channel, right?
Is that it right here? Shablam.
Yeah, Shablam.
Another Dakota original.
Yeah. And as you can see, there's Robo Strange. As a completely original character, looks like a godlike hammer wielding.
To me, it looks like Robo Strange if Robo Strange had powers. I don't know.
Looks like Robo Strange. That's what it is. And then we have Re 23, or we have X20 Re.
X20. You just I saw the spark in the middle of your sentence.
Yeah, got X20 Re right here, and then we got I don't have a funny one for me. I'm like a mix between War Machine and Cable.
Yeah, the not Cable.
You don't see the Cable? Look at the eye.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not Cable because it's you.
It's not Cable.
Yeah,
but it's not Cable. It's me. It doesn't look like anyone else. It's definitely not. It's not derivative at all.
But I do want to say something. I wish he was here. Yeah, that's true. There was definitely a missed deal there as far as Robo goes. But check this out. Let me tell you. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. So these markings right here are straight up indigenous Taino markings. That I think is super dope.
It is dope.
Okay. Wait.
That is really dope. It looks good too. Like the way he did it, it's very intricate.
So these, this is the Taino symbol for the sun. So my powers are not lightning based. I don't know why anybody would think that. I don't even know why I would say that out loud. But they are sun based. So whatever you think, I don't know. Imagine like Thor. I don't know. Just throwing the random character out there. Whatever he does with lightning, I can do with the sun's solar rays.
Zoom in on X20 Re's front claw. You'll notice the details. There's what it looks like blue electricity on them, which I think is a pretty cool effect.
That is dope.
Yeah, and then I specifically asked for a glowing eye.
Like totally original.
Yeah. No one's ever done it before. No one's ever done one glowing eye before.
Hey, 2 glowing eyes? Everybody does that. That's basic.
Everybody.
Yeah. 1? Dope. But you know what I really like? I like that he gave us our own little posters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Damn.
I've already affixed mine to the wall, so I'm not going to grab it, but I actually got it printed.
I actually am just not noticing this. Look at these lats and buys.
Damn.
Jacked.
Fucking jacked.
Goals.
Yeah. Damn, Ree.
Is goals.
Thank you, Danny. Yes, I agree. Maybe a couple more pouches would have been nice, but I'm not complaining. I asked him for a lot of guns, and then man, I wish we uploaded this thing that Reed drew that has like the draft with all the dicks drawn on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. That is cool.
So, maybe I'll get that. You know what? I gotta get this printed. And then I don't know where he got that font from. Why did he do? That's weird.
I showed Sammy the one of just me, and she was like, your guy's in space? I was like, yeah. She's like, why isn't he wearing a helmet? And I was like, look at my eye. I have powers. And she's like, okay, well then why wear any armor to begin with? And I was like,
if you can survive the vacuum of space without a helmet, you
don't need armor.
Need armor.
It has to hold my guns.
Well, now, okay, hold on. Me, the ruiner of jokes. Just because you can survive the vacuum of space doesn't mean you're not a flesh bag. It just means you don't need oxygen.
Well, no, it also means that your skin can withstand the lack of pressure. What we don't realize is that we have pressure inside of our body pushing outwards that's being balanced by the atmosphere. And when we're in space, our body literally expands, like our skin literally expands off of our bones from the pressure. People pop.
So the idea, the 1980s space movies where the people explode in space, it's not true. That doesn't happen. You freeze.
Right, yeah, you'll freeze. But
here's the deal. All that withstanding, it doesn't mean that you are impervious to harm. I think that you're fine. This just means you can't.
It just means I can withstand the cold, the pressure, and I don't need oxygen. And
no, if you won't freeze, I don't fucking know.
Oh, well.
No, everything I've known is a lie. Danny is Robo's being that dude from the meme today. Intelligent. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I like all these. Well, I really wanted to go through all these with Dakota Alexander.
I'm a little disappointed. Let me check and see if he sent a message. I'm a little disappointed that Dakota is not here. I'm
sure
we coordinated. If he's watching, he's welcome to jump in at any time. So I hope he does. In the meantime, let's kind of grab our little stacks of comic books, talk about what we've been reading lately. What do you say about that, old Robes?
Go for it. Let's do this.
Old Robespierre.
I didn't even go today.
Okay. I'm gonna start with myself then.
Wait a minute. Let's do this. Let's do this. Invite.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot Danny this.
Oh, is he coming? Is he jumping on the screen?
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet. I had this last week, but I got this different cover this week because it looks cool. And this is
that's one I picked up last week. Yep.
Moon Knight. Yeah. Have you read it yet, dude? It's great.
I haven't. I need to though.
I'm still following this, and it's still really, really good. Berserker.
Is it still Eternal Warrior, or is it like it's definitely going its own way?
It's its own thing, but it still has some of the elements. I'd say it has some of the window dressing of Eternal Warrior, but it's very much its own story. And then this just looked cool. I haven't been like reading up on this. I just wanted it, and I'm gonna read this event unless it sucks.
So I'm gonna go with Ainsley. The only reason I would just say this is absolutely correct. Because it goes with my original premise that you just means you don't need oxygen.
Let me small myself while you address this.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
This is not I'm not gonna double check this. I'm not gonna fact check this. I'm not gonna look it up because it just means we're both right and you're wrong. So let's go back.
I guarantee you someone knows and they're on the internet. So we will know at some point. We'll Garth Ennis Batman. This is number 2. I read the first one. It's really good. Are you reading this one?
No, I heard you liked it.
Yeah, dude. Just check out Liam Sharp's art. Look at Liam Sharp's work here. Combined with like some of the good old fashioned Garth Ennis, it's pretty dope. And then this is a weird story. So check this out. When I was in Vegas, remember I told you I went to the shitty comic book store with the either homophobic or racist owner, depending on which comic store. Well, while I was there, I saw these creator-owned like local comics on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought one of them just because I was curious. I was like, well, that's kind of neat. Guy makes his own comics and he distributes them at the local store, and maybe it's good. I read it. It was good. So I went on his website and I ordered the rest of his line.
Oh wow!
And I'm excited to read these. Like, I only ordered one other one and he sent me 3. So I'm pretty stoked.
If this is a local artist, that means this individual is in Nevada selling his stuff in Vegas. Here's what I want you to do if you like what they do. Never look them up or have them like, don't look at their Twitter.
Oh yeah, he's probably an asshole. Yeah.
Just
enjoy the comics. Yeah. And then I also, just real quick, I'm also reading some trades. Like, that's the new stuff I'm reading, and then I really wanted to like this story, and I started reading it like weeks ago, and it just hasn't really sucked me in, so I keep putting it off. This is that Avengers No Surrender. Like, I like the beginning, and then it's like a long, boring period that I've kind of fallen off the wagon on. But I plan on getting back to it. It probably gets better. I'm slogging through Spawn. I'm at this New Beginnings story written by Todd McFarlane, and
yeah. Still, I thought you said that it picked up.
David Hine started writing it, so there was like 20 issues of pure liquid awesome, like as good like everything we think of when we think of how cool Spawn conceptually could be. And then Todd McFarlane took over the title again, and hard to read.
Really?
Yeah. Reading this, still
hero, and when he picked up his own title, it was hard to read. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, it's true though. Like, he's the worst Spawn writer. Green Lantern. I'm still reading all this stuff leading up to. I want to like read Brightest Day and Blackest Night with like recent and like quality headcanon. So I'm just kind of building up to that. And then my girl. This is probably my favorite thing I'm reading right now. Just continuing along the Valiant train.
Character, actually.
Ree's favorite character. They might not pay their creators very well, and they might not treat their creators well, but some good titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like DMG, is that what their thing is?
Yeah, DMG owns Valiant, and Valiant, when Dinesh and Warren ran Valiant, they treated their creators really well.
Mm-hmm.
It's when they left and DMG took over that they started shitting on their creators. And Josh Dysart is just trying to get paid. It's pretty shitty the way that they've treated everyone. Jim Shooter isn't getting royalties. Jim Shooter, the guy who started Valiant back in the 90s, is no longer getting royalties anymore. Isn't that crazy?
It's fucked up is what it is. It's weird. It's almost like big corporations that make a dick ton of money are actually evil, actually.
Yeah. And then there's the last thing. I'm still doing this. I'm on volume 6 of this Dawn of X, so it's taken me a long time, but eventually I will have read this entire shit.
I'm actually really mad. Like, so Blurred Without Fear has been going through a lot of that stuff, and I'm not watching any of the videos because I'm like, nah, I'm gonna read it. Like, I've been saying it for the past year and a half. But I'm like in their Discord, and people are like flipping out, like, man, oh man, I can't believe so-and-so's evil. What? That's crazy. And I'm just like, oh, I wish I had kept up, because I want to be in it. So
it's too much though, man. How are you supposed to keep up with all those titles?
What if you just did X-Men? What if you only followed X-Men? Would you be lost?
So far, the answer is no. No, with a caveat. So no, although there is an event that occurs in early on, there's an event that occurs in X-Force that definitely impacts all the titles, but it's not so hard to figure out what happened. You just don't see it because it's in X-Force. So you'll hear about some shit if you just read the X-Men title, and you'll be like, I guess that must have happened in one of the other titles. It won't be too distracting, but you're just going to have to tolerate that, which I have the sickness where I can't tolerate that.
Right. Yeah.
Which I don't wish on any of you. Like, if you can read one title, hear references to other titles, and just stay laser focused on that title and just accept what happened, I wish I was like you. Well, I'll read a title.
Let me one up your sickness. So my brain goes, and this is going to be a fact. You will still be reading Spawn long after the world stops turning. Real a head like a prawn. Oh, lucky.
Well,
I want a prawn.
World will stop. Judah's still reading Spawn. Rhea will be 80 and have a head like a prawn. Robo will be lounging with the dogs on the lawn. Yeah, that's what's up.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is what
this is a wrap. Yeah.
So this is why I'm 40 and still trying to finish my bachelor's degree. No, I can't go on without knowing the other stuff. But the way my brain works is this. I know I have to read this, but I also know there's all these side stories. And my brain goes, "Oh my god, that's a lot." So then I don't. That's
That's the
why
difference.
that's why I don't feel like picking them up. I have 3 fucking stacks of fucking comics here that are my to read pile that they started off as to read pile. I'm like, I'm not gonna put them away. I'm not gonna put them in the box. I'm gonna fucking put them in here because I'm gonna read them. They stopped becoming a read pile and more like the junk pile thing. Hey.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Uh-oh.
chat, you are not ready for this.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh
Hey.
my god.
Oh, here's the excuse. I'm ready for the excuse.
Oh, here's the excuse. I woke up.
Yep.
Oh my god, man. Like I set up everything and I hit snooze, went back to sleep just for like a second. Like I set up like a 8 o'clock. It's 9:20 here. Whatever. Hey, how's everybody doing?
You're here. Woo! Good to see you.
Done that. And here's the thing is that I've done that and chose to not come on. Like I've sent Judah the message like, bro, I'm not coming on. I'm too tired. I just woke up. He's like, what the fuck? So I appreciate you not being like me and coming on anyway.
Nobody wants to see me host this by myself. And people have.
And like the live stream comments, just like, please, just Robo, can someone just like call him or whatever? Like, is that cool?
Please. Hey, do you have like a headset or like headphones or something?
Yeah, let me do that.
It would make it like 1,000 times better. Maybe like 1,001.
Are you while he's doing that? Are you done with showing off your?
I'm done showing off my things. Yes.
So I will really quick. Let's do this. All right. So real quick, while he's gonna work out the technical stuff. I know he's probably have to change the inputs on his StreamYard, maybe. But I did pick up something because I made a big mistake recently. I already have a video game problem, which is the thing that stops me from reading what I need to read, whether it's school, work, comics. I play video games. I started World of Warcraft. Which then
started World of Warcraft.
You did?
No, you did. You started. In 2021, you've decided to start World of Warcraft.
Oh, well, let's rewind a little bit. I played World of Warcraft to unhealthy levels back like when it first came out. So the first one, and then I stopped. And then I probably haven't played for the past like 10 years. And then I just restarted, like literally just restarted. And then I went to the interwebs and I bought all of these, which is 5 volumes of this story.
It's a comic book?
Yeah, by Simonson. And there's different artists. Got Costa, Lullaby, or Lullaby, and then Simonson, which is book 3, husband-wife team. So I thought that was pretty dope.
Wait. It's Louise Simonson and oh wow.
Yep.
Cool.
It's good to know she's still doing work.
Yeah.
Yep,
she's
Simonson. Oh, they wrote it together. Pencils by Mike.
Yeah, they wrote like one of the most iconic Thor runs of all time, and Louise Simonson actually co-created Cable.
And
she co-created Cable? I didn't know that.
She was writing New Mutants when Cable was introduced. And Rob Liefeld took pretty much all the credit for it.
Wow.
What up, Danny?
Power Pack and X Factor, those are also her babies too. She was also the part of the editorial staff that took over on X-Men. When was this? She took over as editorial staff on X-Men the latter half, like post 86, and was quoted as one of the reasons that John Byrne started to want to leave the project, because she was sort of like working more with Chris Claremont, and John Byrne was like just not feeling like it was a fair deal or whatever cranky reason he came up with.
He's a curmudgeon. I love John Byrne's art, but definitely a curmudgeon.
You can watch a really cool documentary on YouTube for free. Well, with the commercials or whatever, Chris Claremont's X-Men. Very good.
Has anyone else watched that? Because I've been meaning to watch that for years, but I just never have.
Yep.
Haven't watched it.
You get a lot of Wheezy, a lot of Innocenti, a lot of Chris Claremont. Like, it's so cool.
Wheezy.
We recently had Ann Nocente on our show like a few weeks ago, so that's definitely worth checking out if you haven't. Sorry, I have to plug these when it happens, when it comes up. But
I watched the show.
Oh, nice. Cool. So
there's your validation for you. There you
Thank you. Hey, before you jumped on, we were actually showing some images. Robo, I don't know if you want to bring those back up. We were looking at some Dakota Alexander originals. No, there it is.
This is the one he's most known for.
Yeah, this is his masterpiece.
Dakota Alexander said, "Oh, you talking about the guy who did that IFSA piece? Yeah, I know him."
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I love that. That's one of my favorite things. I don't know, Dakota, I don't know if you saw, but I actually got the one you made of just Judah Rad printed, and I have it hanging in here somewhere.
Well, I remember, didn't you like put it like up on like your door or something because you're running low on space or something like that?
Yeah, it's all I had. Here, okay, fine. We'll do this.
I knew this was going to be them.
There it is. Oh my God, that's the entrance into the man cave. Oh, yeah. I feel so honored. That's awesome.
Hey, what's that? What's that up there?
Oh, there's that one. And where's I shouldn't be like, where's Captain Marvel? But where is Captain Marvel? There it is. It's over on the other side of the door, underneath the. Ooh, what's the picture? It's under. Well, that's interesting.
It's under Greg Capullo Batman on a motorcycle.
Oh, tight.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You guys like this shit? Look.
That's hot.
Marvel pajamas.
That's super fucking hot. Pajamas are totally how you do that, by the way, man. Like pajamas are like I get to fucking like throw my nerd out like big time, you know, and like the most like tacky fashion ever. I got a buddy who's just like bat symbols, you know, just like did you get those in '89? Is that when you got them? Because like I don't even think they go that direction anymore. It's just like, oh, it's so awesome and tacky, beautiful.
Nobody judges pajamas, and let me tell you, when I'm home, as soon as I get home, I shed my clothes immediately, and it's pajama time. Like if I'm home, I'm in pajamas. I never wear clothes like normal clothes in the house.
I think generationally speaking, I think we're all doing that at this point now. I think like we're so driven to like, you know, embrace our comfort that when we get home, it's like literally like, no, like jeans.
Yeah.
Like I have to do this when I like sit down. Are you insane? Socks?
Only on special occasions.
Socks?
Yeah.
You know, it's gotten so bad to where like actual clothing, I have a few pair of pants where the way they're marketed looks like slacks, feels like pajamas, and I'm like, sold.
It's called hashtag progress right there.
We need the Nightcrawlers holo projectors that just pretend like we have clothes on, and then we could just wear whatever we want.
That's
Flip that bitch open like a tricorder, just like click.
Money has a book club, but she does want. They want to tell you that they love your work.
I saw one. So, full disclosure, since I literally just woke up, I also do not have my glasses on. So there's print going across the screen. I'm like
just assume that whatever is put up,
the ticker tape on fucking Times Square. Like I don't know what that says.
My name is Robo, and I'm a dum dum.
So by the way, can I tell you
because you can't see it, Robo.
Working on that project with you guys was so much fun. Actually, designing those characters for you guys. I don't actually get to do that very much for a variety of different reasons, but it was like I don't know. It was just so cool to kind of get to tap into something and not have to be strikingly original, you know, to allow for a little bit of derivation and be okay with that because of what the project was about. So it's like, Robo, you're like, I want to be Thor. Like literally, you're like, I want to be fucking Thor. Just get rid of the helmet. And I'm like,
yeah, I don't know if people will get that from this though. So I always have to tell people, by the way, this is supposed to be like Thor. And people go,
this is loosely inspired by Thor.
Oh, and people go, oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
No.
I'm gonna get used to that. I'm waking up here. All right.
We came up with a name for Rees. It's X20 Ree, which I thought was a pretty good name.
I think it is a pretty good name. However, like revenge. She was like, what, reaction, revenge, and I'm like,
the Revenger.
Revenge isn't so bad. Like just revenge on its own. I'm like, that actually works pretty well.
Yeah.
She was. I mean, it was great working with her too. She was like the most like laissez-faire, like involved. She's like,
do what you want. Yeah.
Do whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Tail? I don't know. Maybe. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And I was like, I want my left eye glistening and glowing.
Blue shiny.
I want tons of guns.
Or an orangey red glow thing. Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm looking for a starburst orange. Yeah, like
to the point where I throw out those indigenous Taino symbols, and we got
the Taino. I was really glad that you did that too, because that really centralized an ability to kind of lock down elements of the character, like mythologically speaking.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
We got a question from Ainsley. Ainsley, from Ainsley, you're obviously crazy.
All right, go ahead and read it, man. Fuck it, I can't see it.
Okay, sorry. I'll do my best Ainsley voice. You're obviously crazy versatile, but styles is your favorite?
I'm super obvious.
Which of the many styles is your favorite? You cut out that. That's right.
So I would say that I probably work in 3 styles. I work in more traditional comics. So what we're looking at is probably more like a Bronze Age style, and that really has a lot to do with the inking. And then the other one I work in is more of this poster pop that some people call like Lost Lines, kind of based in like a chiaroscuro, where the outlines are either based in the shadow or black, or they're ending out in the color. And then the other one is completely ukiyo-e, so the Japanese woodblock style. And that one is, I just reimagine characters completely, but that's done in the style more, not like, like a mix. There's not a halfway. It's ukiyo-e, but the characters are a translation of comic characters. Mm-hmm. Which one is my favorite? I would probably say that my favorite is the poster pop style. Because that's also the one that goes closest to kind of my roots. I was a huge Frank Miller fan until I wasn't, and I think a lot of people can kind of get on board with me with that.
Definitely. He changed.
I'm looking through your Instagram because I saw the ukiyo-e once. This Red Skull, that you did. Holy shit. It looks so good. It looks so good.
Danny, can you screen share?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like such a compromised individual. I'm like, can you just do the thing for me? I really appreciate that. I woke up late. Does no one appreciate that excuse anymore?
Holy shit.
Doesn't that look rad? Oh man.
So that was what I did. That was what I was doing before I even tried to go traditional. I mean, I think the poster pop I embraced slightly before this. So okay, all right. I got back into drawing in about 2014. I started using Photoshop in 2015, and then at that point I started doing these in summer of 2016. Really kind of like I made one as a gift for a friend who wraps the handles of samurai swords, like the rope, like the
Whoa.
artisan, like artisanal
That's badass.
process. And he's more aware of this stuff than I am, but I've always been a fan of it. I grew up with it with my father, who's also a fan of it. And so when I mixed the two together, the light bulbs went off, and I'm like, I think this is something kind of good. I think I'm onto something here. So inspirationally speaking, like I was like a junkie for it. Like I was like, what can be the next one I can do?
Yeah.
I love that Ben Grimm. Go back. Oh, Violator. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was Spawn. Spawn again. Like what you're dealing with in these is like, how do you do Spawn?
Yeah.
Because someone was like, you should do Spawn. I'm like, I can't do Spawn. Like Spawn is a cape. People don't even have capes in this period of Japan.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was what was so great about it, was that I think.
Can you go back to that Ben Grimm?
Yeah, of course.
So
yeah.
Sorry, just not to sound too much like a pretentious douchebag, but I'm sincere. Looking at this, it completely captures what Ben Grimm means to me. Like the sad kind of like monster that's like a good guy on the inside, but just like is so like doesn't always feels lonely, always feels alone in his own skin. Like I feel like I don't know, that definitely resonates. I'm definitely gonna buy some more commissions from you.
Ben Grimm in the Rain is I roast about it, and I'm going for it. I'm gonna go for it. Where are you? Streaming, share screen. Hang on, people. Hang on, I can do this. I'm totally my own person.
I'm surprised not to see more in the Loki one. I do not see a lot of like, "Ooh, that's a variant," or like comments like that people have gone back to your artwork and just like nerded out about it. Oh, look at this variant of Loki.
Yeah. You go in like a comic book buy sell trade room and be like, who check out this variant, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Did I just share a screen picture? I have no idea what I'm doing. No? That's awesome. I'm gonna give it up now.
So on the right hand side, there's a little button they call private chat. If you want to throw any links in there, actually you can just put it in the no, I don't think it'll let you, but put it in the private chat and then we'll put it up on our end.
You know, the entire plan, and I can't stress this enough, was to get up on time and to talk about how to do all these things.
Here, let me give you the talk on it in case you can't read it. On the far right.
Oh, there you go. I got it.
Target talk.
All right. So I only want to throw this up there because there's a regular colored version of that as well. Ben Grimm in the Rain was exactly the image of Ben Grimm that I wanted to show, because it is, to me, like a lot of, since I don't do interior stuff and I work on, simple poster pinup kind of things, the whole notion behind the pinups was like, how do you tap in and tell as much as you can about this character in one solid image, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like doing it as much as I can, because I break into kind of more core elements to these characters. And so for me, it was like, if I was going to do a thing piece, it was going to be that one. It wasn't going to be like how strong he is necessarily, because maybe I could still do that. But, I like that there's like an emotional content available to some of the things that I do.
Just about everything you need to understand about Ben Grimm is in that image. It cuts to like the core of the character.
And I really pray for Fantastic Four. I really pray for it as a movie. I want it so bad. I want it so damn bad.
It's coming.
I'm sad about what they did to the Silver Surfer, because I was really stoked for that when I saw that it was announced. I was like, finally, people are going to see the Surfer. And they made Galactus like a swirling cloud of diarrhea. It was pretty bad.
I think for, Galactus wasn't, I think one of the issues that you run into with the adaptions of the movies is that they're not really prepared or involved enough to understand the language of how to put these things on the screen. And I think you see that a lot in action, which is one of the reasons why, action doesn't make a lot of sense, or it's not as involved, or they'll just throw it up into something that's CG. And I think really Iron Man, the first one, you don't see that much action because they understand that they don't really know how to do it. So they temper it with a lot of other things, other elements and dialogue and stuff like that. I was watching Thor, the original, the Kenneth Branagh one, and it's bad. Can I say bad? Am I allowed to just like deride something?
Yes.
Not to mention the fact that like the entirety of like the cinematography of the movie is like, okay, we'll just put everything on a tilt. Like everything's on a tilt. Like in the whole thing, I'm like,
you gotta watch it like that.
Why is he? What's he doing? What is it? Like it's like that like 30-degree angle. I think everything's on there, and I think it's meant to say something, but I didn't know what it was. But they just don't know what they're doing, and I think that's why. And the result of that is you get depowered characters a lot. So a lot of people complain that like Thor's like, should be as powerful as Captain Marvel. And I don't think that's Captain Marvel's fault. I think that's their fault for how they treated Thor as a character because they didn't know how to work with him with effects and designing sequences and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Valid.
So G says has a question. They're not going to get the answers till tomorrow because they're doing a book club. But do you have a favorite person or thing to draw as a kid? Favorite books in terms of art to stare at?
So as a kid, it was Batman, and I think it was Batman because okay, show of hands, who's about 40? Who's around 40 here?
I am 40.
Okay, you are 40. I'm 42. Daniel, how old are you?
I'm 34.
34. Okay, so you and Jeter. No. Whatever for that. Like that's all irrelevant. But
we're strapping young lads.
Yeah, that's right.
So glad you're here to hold the show down, guys. In case we, geriatrics can't handle it.
I'm already ready for a nap, so let's get going.
So in terms of context, because I was there. I was 10 when Batman came out, and Batman, was it. Batman was it. Yeah. And I love Batman, even though I think the first Batman movie is like crazy flawed as a film.
First Tim Burton or first Christopher Nolan?
The first Tim Burton. Mm-hmm. Actually, the first two. Actually, all of them. I mean, I think they get more flawed as it goes. But you see it 10 times. I could recite the entire movie in my head. But also because of that. Because you had the Batman movie, you had so much incredible Batman content for at least until the mid-90s. It was just insane. So Batman was the most iconic character of that period of time in many ways. So it was just the funnest to draw because everyone was throwing out these great interpretations of how to work with the cape, how to work with the shadows. And, as a kid, that was it. But nowadays, not really so much. Nowadays, I'd probably say that it's Spider-Man specifically because Spider-Man is like so much fun. So I if you go on to like my Etsy, there's an entire section that's just only Spider-Man art.
Just Spider-Man. Do you have any organization? Yeah, you do.
Spiders only.
I was looking through your Etsy for Superman, and there's only one. I was kind of hoping to find more Supermans because lately I've been reading the Byrne run of Superman, and that's aesthetically where I'm at with you right now.
I have an QA Superman.
There's an QA with Lex Luthor. Yeah.
Can you put that one up? Oh.
Yeah, I can.
Let's do that.
I'm on the Instagram, so yeah, we go probably looking at different things.
It's up there in the corner, right? So look for the spider signal.
Got it.
It's right above the spider signal.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is dope. Yes.
That one took a real long time to think of because I was like,
dragon?
How do I make the S is a dragon. Because I was like, Samurai don't really have chest plates per se on the Yoroi, the armor.
Uh-huh.
So I had to, think if I was going to do it, how would I do it? If I was going to, and I went through a lot of different incarnations about using like Kryptonian symbols.
That is phenomenal. Dude, it's going to sound like I'm just trying to kiss your ass right now, but I fucking love your work.
Thank you so much.
I fucking love it. It's so good.
Wow. With Superman, I don't have as much, but I have one that's like a golden age.
That's the one that I saw.
Right. I would like to do more Superman. I run into what am I running into right now? I think I'm just running into because I was doing stuff that was just kind of quick, and I'm working on like these like the headshots and whatnot.
Yeah, that's great. That's definitely like a whatever happened to the, or that's like a for all seasons type.
For all seasons, yeah. The Tim Sale, Jeff. God, that was so great what they were doing at that point. Yeah. Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb was just knocking it out of the park with
what happened to them?
I don't know.
Because Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale were making great Batman comics at one point, and then Jeff Loeb hit like this wall where everything he wrote was terrible.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention to comics.
That's why he got a promotion and moved to television.
Yeah, where he became bitterly racist against Asian Americans.
I wonder about some of those things. Like we were talking about Frank Miller, how people just sort of become more emboldened. That's that. Okay, so this is interesting because this was a commission. A guy, Mike Finn, contacted me right as the pandemic hit in 2020, and he's like, I want to do these characters from the public domain, and I'm like, oh, all right, okay.
That's Solar?
Like, no. What that is that's the original Daredevil in the original Comet from the 1940s. The original Daredevil, who's now in the public domain, was a circus performer, and he was half and half, two colors, black and red or blue and red, and he had a spiked belt and a boomerang.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So Mike Finn got in touch with me for these. These are part of a Kickstarter project that Mark Waid is doing the editing for, called the Liberty Brigade.
That's pretty dope.
Cool.
Yeah, this put me onto the whole public domain reality. There's a whole set of stuff.
I like the fear in that Nazi dude's face.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. As I keep scrolling through your Instagram very far, I see that there's some art on skateboard decks, and this will tell you how much of a 90s kid I really am. Because when I saw these, I was like, wait, are people putting this on skateboard decks? That's so cool. Like, there's some Spider-Man stuff.
You can share it.
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah. Spider-Gwen and Miles are right now on my Etsy, are on skate decks. Do I have it? Yeah, skate deck graphics. I'll show you guys the links real quick.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah, these are cool. And then there's
Captain
Marvel.
That's Captain Marvel.
There's a Moon Knight.
Well, okay. These ones I actually haven't put out, but it was at a point of time when I was just like, hey, what does everybody think about this? So right now, the ones that I have available are Miles, Gwen. Gwen actually is a skate deck. It started out to be a skate deck, and I made it for my niece.
That's
because I was like, she was like 10. She was 11 at the time, and I was like, Spider-Gwen is like my homegirl. Like when I started getting back into reading some of the newer stuff, I stumbled upon Spider-Gwen, and she was like everything to me.
That run is so trippy visually.
I love Robert Rodriguez. Neon. Everything that he did with that character and how he treated Spider-Gwen. If you look at like how it's drawn, he treats her in poses that are completely interchangeable with the male character.
Yeah.
Like I love the fact that he bases it on nothing other than the fact of everything that she is as a person.
Mm-hmm.
There's like nothing indicative about, like her as a female necessarily. Well, no, that's not true. No, what I'm saying about the way he draws her is not about sexualizing her in any way. Like all the poses are just matter of fact of the scene of the moment. And
fits the story.
Yeah. Like it's just like you can learn a lot about how you can treat a female character visually. Her fan art, on the other hand, is quite depressing because it's literally just like boobs at the same time with my butt. Can we get them all in the same?
But the feat that I am always so impressed with is how you can see both nipples and an asshole all at once.
Yeah,
So
it's amazing.
Yeah,
I've been practicing that for years. It's hard.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yoga, people. Yoga is how we're gonna make this happen.
So just so everyone's tracking, the link to Dakota's Etsy is in the chat. So and we'll go ahead and throw it in the video description as well if you want to get some of this stuff. But
so back to G's statement. Spider-Man is definitely the one that I like to draw. The Spider-Man with the American flag. Although I'm not the most patriotic person on the planet, I actually drew that as like a way to get over kind of a bad day. I was like, I'm having a bad day. I literally need some positivity in my life. Here's Spider-Man on a flagpole.
I like that the coloring there. That's some old school stuff right there. That's Romita stuff.
I like the sight of Spider-Man for the same reasons why I enjoy the sight of Superman. It's like that bright, very iconic, like
hopeful.
Good. It's a good guy. It's 100% good guy vibes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Definitely gives me, and also you just added that happy times nostalgia, like Ninja Turtles, Superman, Spider-Man.
I've been meaning to do some Ninja Turtles for a while. I was a huge fan of the Turtles.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit you up. I want a Ninja Turtle commission.
Okay. Which of the three styles would you like the commission it done in?
Oh, definitely in the it's gonna be bad because they're already ninjas, but I definitely want that art thing.
Hey, that didn't stop them from making a movie.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, deal.
I think Spider-Man's so versatile because you guys are right. He's definitely bright and but if you do want to get Spider-Man dark and gritty, you can.
Oh yeah,
and it's still Spider-Man, right? Like
you're talking McFarlane style Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Or Craven's Last Hunt.
Yeah,
Craven's Last Hunt was when they really figured out how to make that work.
Like Back in Black, all that stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
By the way, that black suit, I love Spider-Man is the most iconic. Me personally, does anyone have a favorite costume of any character? By the way,
as far as visually, I mean, this is not a big secret to everyone. This will be pretty unsurprising, but I think the coolest looking superhero is the Silver Surfer. It's just a shimmering, godlike alien, weird thing hovering in space. Just awesome.
Exotically moving through the universe.
Yeah.
Just reflecting starlight, like the way that Ron Lim drew him, super shiny and super jacked. Just looks awesome to me.
Super shiny and super jacked. That's so hot.
That's how Ron Lim drew him. I had the chance to talk to Ron once, and I was
cool.
I saw him. So, oh man, I love telling this story. Thank you for getting us here. So I was at Hawaii Comic-Con, and I was there a day early. I wanted to go there to see Jim Starlin and Ron Lim, but I was there on a day when no one was expecting them, and they were at their table alone. So I walked up and we had a 20-minute conversation about the Silver Surfer. And it was magical. But one of the questions I had for Ron wasn't really a question. I was like, Ron, you know what I love most about the way you draw Silver Surfer is you make him super shiny and super jacked. And he was like, yeah, man, that's the idea.
Piece story real quick. I know you.
What's up,
Judah?
Sorry.
You want to tell your Kevin Eastman story real quick?
My Kevin Eastman story? Yeah. I went to Hawaii Comic-Con again, and I didn't know what Kevin Eastman looked like. I just knew he was going to be there. And this is back when I smoked cigarettes. So I was out there with the person that I was with at the time, and I was about to smoke a cigarette. I didn't have a lighter, so I went up to this other couple that were smoking. It was a very attractive woman and a kind of hip and cool looking guy. And I was like, hey, can I get a light? He was like, oh yeah, sure, man. He lit my cigarette and he was like, so you excited to be here? I was like, yeah, man, I'm really stoked.
So you guys swing? Do you guys swing? What's going on with you guys?
No. But he was like, you excited?
He was
what? No one thought he was going there.
No, definitely did not go there. I was like, he was like, you excited to be here? I was like, yeah, man, I'm really stoked. I'm really excited to meet Kevin Eastman. And he was like, oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, you're gonna have a great time. And then when I went into the convention, the guy that lit my cigarette was Kevin Eastman. So it was pretty awesome. And then he signed one of my comics and he sketched a Ninja Turtle on it. And he picked up an orange marker to sketch his turtle, and I was like, no, red, because I'm a Raph fan. So he grabbed the red marker and he did the sketch. It was awesome.
And then you mailed that to somebody.
Oh, so
that was Donatello.
Oh, okay.
I had a few comics signed, and one of them was actually won by someone on a IFLC giveaway. So I parted with it, and now it's with a new owner. This guy right here.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like, oh fuck. Oh,
so it went from up there over down to there,
all the way. I think it took a long way. It took a long way to get here.
That's super hot. Yeah, like meeting. I'm not big on signing. I've gotten stuff signed. I got like stuff signed by like Jim Lee and whatnot. I got a drawing done by Dave Stevens, right around the time that the Rocketeer was being promoted. For the movie, but we just kind of like randomly came across him, and I had a little card, a little Rocketeer card, and I was like, hey, can you sign this? And could you draw something? And he was completely alone, but he was like, if anyone sees me do this, I'm a dead man. Just like throws it out real quick. That's awesome. The only time. Yeah. But it's great to get in people's brains about why they do it or how they do it or just those sorts of moments, to ground the experience. I love conventions.
I wish I had more money and wall space.
Yes.
Dakota Alexander's Etsy.
Oh yeah. Like even MySpace. So like here in Japan, I'm not even in my own house. I'm actually in the in-laws house, which is on the same property. It's right
in Japan right now.
Yeah. So
how much is there?
It's 9:50 in the morning on Thursday.
Oh
yeah.
These Olympics got me all off. So I don't know.
Actually, it's weird over here too because I'm like, why people are playing at like midnight, and I'm like, you don't have to play at midnight here. They'll get up and they'll watch it at 4:00 in the morning. What? Stop being accommodating to other countries. What the hell's wrong with you?
Right.
So for me, and I don't we have very limited wall space, and my wife is like, it doesn't really fit here. So we don't really put up much of anything, but we have an alcove underneath our stairwell, and that's where it's like all my stuff is there, all the DVDs, all the books that I have here in Japan, which is not to say anything close to what I have back in the family house in America.
Uh-huh.
And I inherited a buddy of mine moved out of his apartment in with his wife, and he had the poster of Amazing Spider-Man 222, 223, the death of Gwen Stacy. Goblins coming down. They're on top of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Right.
He had a big old wall poster of that, and he gave it to me, and I'm like, oh, what do I do with it? And I literally had no place to put it. And so where it is it's actually hanging on the upper area of this alcove, like upside down, like this. And so my 3-year-old son, like, when I was introducing him to Spider-Man through like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, he was just like, Spidey, Spidey. And I'm like, that's right, my son. That's right, my liege. My legacy.
Awesome.
Robo, you were talking about that too, like having like your grandkids and stuff and watching, stuff from the time, how like it wouldn't translate to a more sophisticated audience.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. All right. So do you want to? So that is, ladies and gentlemen, Dakota Alexander. Are you sticking around for news and promos and all that?
I wish I was here for the 10 minutes that I wasn't here, man. I'm here for the long haul. However you guys want to do this.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. So we have some. That was it. That was Dakota Alexander, everybody, and he's still here. So buy his art on Etsy.
Yeah, it's up right there.
There is if at the end there is one thing that I would like to plug, if it's okay, just the current project that I'm working on. Is there a chance for that later on?
There's a chance right now.
Okay.
Sure.
Just to let you guys know what I'm currently working on, which I don't know how to show this. I showed some of this in our chat, but so if you go on to Facebook, and you go on to powercomics.inc. There we go. And here's the link right here, and I'll give it to you guys super fast. What I'm currently working on is a Kickstarter that involves public domain characters that I'm working on with a guy named Austin Huff out of Chicago.
Cool.
The project is called The Masters, and it involves 5 characters, all based on master artists. So Salvador Dali, Toulouse-Lautrec, Rene Magritte,
nice.
Keith Haring, and Ansel Adams, believe it or not, are all supervillains and done in a very Bronze Age style. It involves work by, so he's writing it, but involves work with Alan Weiss, Ron Willison, Joe Rubinstein, Kerry Gamble, Val Myrick, Mike Vosberg, Chuck Patton, Andrew Pepoy, Romeo Tonghal, Pablo Marcos, Arvell Jones, Alex Saviuk, who some of you might know from Spider-Man comics, Bart Sears, Mike Netzer, Stefan Rue, Pat Broderick, Bob Hall, Mike Pennington, Al Milgram, Joff Isherwood, Bob Almond, and also Tom Morgan. And it's working up as a Kickstarter. Main Kickstarters are the 5 issues of the Masters, but there's also trade paperbacks, pinups, wall posters, wall calendars. We're making lunch boxes, the 7-Eleven cups, all the kind of stuff that you might have like thought of from like, you know, the promotional swag, great swag stuff that was available back in the 1970s.
Mhm.
Also, Mego figurines.
Ooh.
Really cool stuff.
It's on screen. Danny, does that link work for you?
It takes me to the search for the power. Yeah, give me a second. Let me see if I'm at the right
I want to
page.
make sure we get this on screen.
Let me take you one in. My apologies.
I see a really cool black owl dude. I think this is the right page.
Yeah. And
Here, let me put
then
on. Try that, Robo.
Oh yeah, that looks like a good one.
so what I'm doing is, and you can see some of these on my Instagram, is I'm doing the character sheets, but I'm doing them in a who's who style. So for those of you that don't know, there's the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, and then at the same time, there was Who's Who. It started about 1986. They ran kind of concurrently of each other, and this is the time right before Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it's also when DC bought Charlton. So Blue Beetle and Captain Atom and all those other characters that were also used in Watchmen. The Who's Who are these great character sheets, very super like slimmed down in terms of like the history and what the power sets are, but you've got the character in kind of an action pose, and then behind that, all in a single color, is this great montage of all like, you know, stuff that the character is doing, like scenes and whatnot. So that's when I joined on with the project, and I'm doing it as also like part of the promotions and stuff. We're putting those out there so people get involved. We're hoping to get the Kickstarter ready, up and running at by October 1st. Probably before that though. But yeah, if you are interested, go on to the Facebook page. That's Black Owl. That's me. I did that.
Yeah, I think this is the one with your name on it. Yeah, it looks so rad.
Yeah, it looks really rad. Looks
so there's a big I think there's a market for this sort of stuff, because there are people who still kind of want things to have that sort of feel. And so especially with the amazing amount of talent that's going to be involved in this project, I think a lot of people are going to have something to really kind of enjoy. That right there, that's by the great Daryl Banks.
Oh, cool.
There's a full scale picture of it, and that one, the full scale picture of it is actually the X-Men, what is it, 122? The Wolverine stands alone image when Wolverine is swiping out all those like dudes from the Hellfire Club.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just looking through this. Very cool. It had been a while since I had seen anything from Daryl Banks that was not a Green Lantern, so that was pretty cool. Because he's usually around here for conventions, but people just want Green Lanterns from him.
Oh, really? Man, that guy. When I saw that, I was just like, okay, I'll need to step it up just a little bit, like to work along that level of caliber. You're like, damn, that's good. So yeah, So please check out Power Comics. There's wonderful information. You can find everything like backstories and whatnot. And just everyone please go check that out.
Definitely check that out. Yeah, that looks pretty dope. Sweet. So I pulled some news items for this live stream. I'm gonna kind of fly through them a little bit, but the first thing, the headline was writer Kyle Higgins is only getting started with Image Comics hit Radiant Black. Basically, he did a San Diego Comic-Con panel with the rest of his team, Marcelo Costa, Eduardo Ferragato, and the editor, Michael Busatil, I think is how it's pronounced. But anyway, they kind of were talking about the series so far. So far, the series has followed the main character. And then his name is Marshall. But the last issue kind of started to follow this other character, Satomi, who is now the Radiant Red. So Radiant Black is like the main guy, then Radiant Red, and now what he's saying is he's going to start introducing all these other Radiant characters, and it's going to be kind of like the Power Rangers. He used to write. He wrote the Power Rangers before this, so that's kind of like his wheelhouse. Yeah. But what I can say is from reading, I've been religiously reading this title, and it's amazing. It's so good. I definitely give it a full-throated recommendation. And he just started another series. Robo, I think you picked that one up. It's the Ordinary Gods series.
Yeah.
And issue number 1 is out. Like,
did you end up reading that?
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's very good.
Yeah, that ending.
So good.
Oh God.
Yeah, I hit him up on Twitter, and he sent me a copy. Well, he was sending out copies, so I got to read it. I got issue 1 and 2.
Oh wow.
Man, really cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I bought mine at the comic book store. So.
Well, I bought it too afterwards.
Yeah, your store is cooler.
I can't recommend Radiant Black enough. If you guys aren't reading it, please check it out. And everyone in the chat, please check it out. It's just what I like about it is it's basically like, you remember old school Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's Spider-Man was like so groundbreaking because it was like, unlike like these untouchable superheroes that you've been seeing at the time, it was like just a regular guy dealing with regular shit who is also trying to figure out being a superhero. And it's like he's worried about fighting Doc Ock, but he's also worried about getting fired from his job, and he's dealing with like the real world and then the superhero world, and it's kind of this perfect like
it was brought into more of a balance where this person's personal life had as much precedence in the story as their superhero life did.
Yeah.
Yes, and that magic happens again in Radiant Black. Like, it's the same thing, but I think it's realer and more relevant. Like, it's hard to explain. It's not hard to explain, but it's like he's dealing with shit that we're all dealing with right now. But he's also fighting some type of evil that none of us really fully understand yet. And he's been gifted these powers that we still don't really understand. So pretty awesome. And the art, I mean, you could see by that image, like, it's just this shiny, colorful, neon, like superhero shit. So yeah, pretty awesome.
And check out his Shattered Grid from Power Rangers. That's like his Infinite Crisis event. Holy
yes.
Yeah, it's the best Power Rangers I've ever read.
It's the only Power Rangers that I thought was cool, if we're being honest here. But yeah, it's pretty dope.
There was one where there was like a rogue Power Ranger or some shit, like where the pink Power Ranger was bad. Do you remember that?
That's like a mini, that just ended. I think. Yeah, it's all spinning out of that Shattered Grid. Like, after that, they just kind of revamped the whole line.
Nice.
It really is like the crisis of.
That's all IDW, right?
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. That was it.
It's Boom, but they're releasing. I thought it was IDW for a while too, because the way they're releasing the hardcovers is very much like those big beefy IDW collection hardcovers. Which every time I
make any money.
I don't know. They provide these amazing hardcovers that are only like $40, which only $40. That's a lot of money to me and to most people. But still, it's like you're getting a lot of bang for your buck there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to tell you guys, like, like Rob was just like, I picked up these, and it's like these, and I'm like, oh my. What do you do for money?
It's not a lot of money. I'm just bad with it. So
we We just let other things in our lives fall to shit.
Yeah.
I have this room, but you understand, I really don't have much outside of this room. He lives like on a construction site. It's just like, I have my room now.
My wife is sending me a bunch of like things to buy for the house. Like, oh, we should get this chest here, and we should buy that. And I'm thinking like, that's a lot of money. And she's like,
that's a lot of comics, yo.
You spent this amount of money last week at the comic book store. I'm like, yeah, that's different though.
It's different. That's for me.
Yeah. I'm supporting the art.
That's right.
So
do you understand what I'm doing for the economy, people?
We got to support local LCSs, honey.
That's right.
We have an LCS here, and I mean like in quotation marks, we have an LCS here that actually has let's say Western comics, not just American comics. It is in the next town over, and it is a closet. It's literally a closet. Like, I've tried to, give this guy support. It's just boxes in the closet, and one of those boxes will say Avengers, and it'll just be Avengers comics, like not necessarily in any particular order.
Sure.
And it's insane, but you have so little options over here. They're like, well, I'll bring it over there. So I brought like some friends over a couple times to let's support this guy. And there was about 6 of us, and only about 2 of us could fit in there at a time.
Wow.
We had to go in and out in shifts. And then he's like closed randomly all the time. So it's super hard to try and like support the guy. Right, yeah. But when you're in there, you're like, I got to buy something. What is it? $6? Yeah. Okay. And
all right.
So it's nice to have it, but at the same time, it's like, it's frustrating because you can't really get something that you want, but you want just, I don't know, something. I'm just trying to to convey like what it's like to not be able to go into a comic book store,
right.
Because something so great about it. I just love it. I love being just absolutely, utterly surrounded by all of this nerddom, in a single room.
One of the highlights of the week for sure. Yeah, like it's always like, no matter what kind of week it is, it's always like when I get to walk in to my place.
Do they have shops that like cater to manga, or are those just in bookstores?
No, it's just bookstores. It's like manga is so completely integrated into the culture that you would just go to the bookstores. Now there's the manga section, and the manga section is pretty full on. Yeah. And then you'll have like your manga. Well, it's not really manga as much as it's anime. There's anime stores, not really manga stores. But yeah, manga is like if anyone ever wants to complain about like how comic book movies have taken over, like half of everything that's on television or film comes from a manga over here. Like it's
huge.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Well, everyone, like studios aren't really that clever. They want to find source material in some form,
and things that have already been field tested that people like.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. But I think that speaks to the what's the word? Not diversity, but the variety that exists within manga. Because look, when we say comic book movies, you're thinking DCU, MCU, and rightfully so. There are like Sweet Tooth started to kind of like those kind of shows are coming out now. Right. But when you have manga, like to say something's manga tells you like it tells you dick. It's like it's like is that oh man? Is that Goku? Is that one of the
Junji Ito?
Yeah, but who's the guy who did like fucking Castle and Flying Castle, dude? Like
Ghibli.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, Ghibli.
Miyazaki. Yeah.
Miyazaki. Yeah. I mean, because Nausicaa was a manga before it was ever an anime. And by the way, for those of you at home that don't know, like the movie Nausicaa Valley of the Wind is this much of the whole story. It's like I went over to a friend's house and like they had all of them. I'm like, what do you mean all of them? On the coffee table, just like with a massive thud of just all this stuff. You're like, where the hell does the story go? I thought she like united the Pidgeot and Tolmeki in. You're like, did I say that right? Yeah. But that's the beauty thing. The other thing that's like about manga is like it's like person who works in an office. manga.
Mm-hmm.
30 volumes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
There's a Gretsuko is an accountant, and that's what they made it into an anime, and I watched that because I'm an accountant. So I'm like, oh, finally, an anime for me.
I get angry at work too.
That's right.
So check this out. This was a headline, and I don't know why I put it here, but Marvel Comics confirms Thanos is a true Eternal, not a Titan. I think we already kind of knew that he was an Eternal that carried. So everyone who lives on Titan is an Eternal. They're Eternals that left Earth to go live on Titan. Mm-hmm. Thanos was born with the deviant gene, so he was like ostracized by the Eternals that live on Titan, the Titans. I guess it was reconfirmed in Kieran Gillen's Eternals run, which I've been kind of reading on and off, and it's good. I think I'm going to trade weight on it though, just because my pull list is a little too hefty. But anyway, this is all stuff. This is good stuff to kind of pay attention to because the Eternals movie is coming out, and I think that a lot of this, I think that the things that the current Kieran Gillen run are fixating on are probably going to be significant plot beats in the Eternals. I'm damn near certain that we're going to see Thanos again, maybe in a flashback or something, but they're definitely going to make that connection between the Eternals and Titan.
So I do have to read all those infographics and paragraphs of essays that Kieran Gillen put in there. Oh, that sounds like a lot of homework.
He's Hickmaning for sure. Yeah.
I'll just wait for the movie.
Yeah. You wait for the movie. It is good. I mean, Kieran Gillen's a master writer. It's definitely good.
They're not going to go with Gaiman, any of the Gaiman stuff. I thought that would have been.
I think the Gaiman stuff is also going to I think they're going to combine. They're not going to adapt any one thing. I think from what I've read and what I've seen, I think that the story that they're going to adapt the least is the Jack Kirby original Eternals run. Which
what story?
Exactly. Not a bad decision because it's pretty. Love Jack Kirby's work, but as a writer, it's pretty bland. I don't know if I'm going to get canceled for saying that, but
I'll get you canceled for saying something. I am actually not a fan of Jack Kirby's work. I'm a fan of Jack Kirby's genius, but I'm not a fan of his art. I grew up with his stuff always around me, and it never ever appealed. But it's like it's the Beatles. You have to appreciate what it did, what it is, and that there's definitely legit good stuff in there. Don't get me wrong. Like there's stuff where I'm just like, all right, that's insane. That's just ridiculous. Who is this guy? And you look at him and he's your uncle, and his pants are all all the way up. Like he's literally the most conservative looking Joe Schmo plumber guy who's looks like he's super whacked out on the hippie grass and just making this insanity.
It's like the first wheel, man. Like if you go back in time and look at the first wheel, it was probably this bumpy, shitty wheel that would be pretty much useless now, but it was still the first wheel. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what it is with Jack Kirby. Everything we see now in some way is derived from what he did to the medium as far as sequential art goes. I don't know. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah. And he was him and Ramita in two ends of the spectrum were the house styles. So if anyone did anything remotely non-New York, crime fighting based, it was all done in Jack Kirby style. So Buscema, Ron Wilson, Rich Buckler, when they came on, all of their designs for anything emulated Jack Kirby.
Steranko, kind of, maybe.
No, Steranko and Barry Windsor Smith, Keith Giffen too. When they came on, they specifically copied that style, and in some cases, Steranko was told to do it that way. Because Steranko can do it any number of ways. He's like, however you want me to do it, I'll do it.
I like Steranko.
Sunglasses back on.
I like Steranko more as an artist than I like Jack Kirby, but significantly less as a person.
Really? Because people have told me that he's just the coolest son of a bitch on the planet.
He's an anti-vaxxer, anti-mask, MAGA.
I did not know that. Oh no!
He's a hardcore MAGA dude.
Yeah.
Huh?
The guy on Twitter, right?
Yeah, he's on Twitter. He's just everyone nobody knows after him. Everyone kind of tolerates him because he's about to die.
Yeah, he's 80, but he's still like
yeah.
cranking everything out. That's nutty.
Yeah, dude. He's full on MAGA.
Bummer.
Down, and it's like, because we were doing our research. And now I get it. The name clicked now. We were doing our research because we wanted him to, because he seemed to be pretty active in social media. Like, let's get this dude on the show. And they were like, yeah. And we always do our little bit of homework, which is just like, let's just scroll the Twitter feed. And we go down, and then it's like,
I was like, Robo, we have an issue. We could probably get Jim Steranko to do an interview with us, but he's like full on MAGA. What do we do?
We'd be stuck with him.
Yeah.
Nope.
We decided.
You know why? Because what he's gonna do is it's a waste of man hours. We're gonna put in this work, and then he's gonna like drop the N bomb somewhere, and we're gonna be like, we're gonna have to delete the thing anyway.
We have to delete the whole thing. Yeah, yeah. He's it's really disappointing because I have that iconic Shield cover that has like where is it? It's right up there. Look. It's right up there on the corner.
Is it the Scorpio one?
Yeah. It's the Shield Origin issue that has like the swirls.
Gotta keep going. Boom, there you go.
Oh yeah,
I got it. Yeah. Origin Nick Fury. Yeah, gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. I love his work. It's just you can small me. Hold on, and small in me.
You're just gonna be like, Mr. Steranko, you can leave the stream now. The stream is over. Please leave.
It's just a shame. It's so.
Don't you have a phone call, Mr. Steranko? I think I hear a phone ringing.
It still has the old school. But yeah,
or you just start like saying every other word. Like I think
oh dear.
Hold in place like you're frozen.
But I'd fuck it up though. I'd be like, "What's wrong? I can hear you fine. What do you mean? Wait, are you guys frozen?"
Robo just starts giggling, just like he. I think he's buying it.
So,
oh man, just never meet your heroes, kids. Never meet them.
I would say, if you meet your heroes, there's at least a 50% chance they'll be disappointing. But there's also a good chance they'll be awesome, like Kevin Eastman. So.
Can I tell you something? Because there was actually a possibility of Steranko working on the project that I was working on too. Is that I get this when I put my art up. I post a new piece. I'll get like 2 or 3 friend requests, like in a matter of days. So like my friends are people I don't know, but people on Facebook friends. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, it's just like, okay, cool. All right. Yeah, sure. Click. A lot of times it's people who are also like promoting their own comics, so they're networking. I'm like, I can do that for a brother. There you go. Boom. But every now and then it's just like, especially if they reach out to me specifically, like through a DM or whatever, I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah. Thank you for the support. And fuck it. I got to check who this person is. And it's like, and then every now and then it's like, full on
Blue Lives Matter,
very much on the other political spectrum than myself, and I'm like, okay, all right, sure, but I might unfollow them if like they become into my my feed or whatever. I don't get much of it though. Like and to say that someone, because if you work in the business, you will meet people who are not on the same political spectrum as you. And so what do you do? Well, I mean, the best, simplest course of action is like, you treat it professionally. And you just like, we'll just talk about, what's going on, what we're doing. And oftentimes you can like, find common ground there and have a good time. But, every now and then, like it pops up. Like there was a guy, like right when George Floyd was murdered, a guy approached me like, hey, can you do like a Blue Lives Matter, like Thor?
Fuck.
And I was like, okay. So I just want to let you know, I'm very uncomfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing this. He's like, oh yeah, sure. I get it. And we're talking like 2 days after George Floyd was murdered.
Nice.
And you're just like,
nice.
Okay. But he was very cool about it. Obviously he was a retired police officer, and he was like, hey man, I think that guy who did that was garbage, and like he doesn't represent us. I'm like, yes, thank you very much thank you. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're better businessman than me, because
I mean, most of the time it's like people's like, I want you to draw Spider-Man. I can draw Spider-Man. I can draw Spider-Man. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to affect, I'm not supporting your cause by drawing Spider-Man. It's just Spider-Man. Spider-Man's its own thing, et cetera, et cetera. But it's crazy like how it's definitely there. Like you got like Chuck Dixon, and Chuck Dixon's like, I'm supporting Trump and everyone's going to know it. And you're like, okay, right on, Chuck. Good job there, Chucky. So there's an element of diplomacy that obviously we all kind of need to work with a little bit to help get certain things made. But at the same time, it's like, we got to draw a line somewhere, I suppose,
100%. Yeah. So this is a silly news item that I thought was just kind of cool, but kind of weird. The New York Giants are teaming up with Marvel Comics for a limited edition comic book. The comic book will feature 6 Giants players: the quarterback, Daniel Jones, running back, Saquon Barkley, receiver Sterling Shepard, defensive lineman Leonard Williams, and defensive back Logan Ryan, and inside linebacker Blake Martinez. Anyway, the first 30,000 fans who enter MetLife Stadium Plaza will receive a special collectible print copy of the book with a digital version also to be made available online. Which, by the way, every Marvel comic has a digital version, so I don't know, but there's gonna be a lot of nerds in that stadium. I don't know. I want if the spectator market or the speculator market sees value in this, there's gonna be a bunch of nerds going to see this game just to get this limited edition comic book.
Look, there's a really good chance that the NFL players on the New York Giants are going to see this show. So I just want to officially apologize that whoever this is and the screenshot they didn't upload it. So I apologize to you.
Yeah, sorry.
Watching the show.
Yeah, but nice legs. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. I don't have really any commentary for that except Marvel's trying to make money and they're trying to whatever they can to do it. So good for them.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So this is
do people endorse any of that segment that we just had?
Huh?
Yeah.
You didn't hear? Oh, you hate the.
I don't approve of any of the news that you just said.
I'm not a big football fan, but I was raised by my very Brooklyn, New Yorkie dad to love the Giants, so I guess that's my team. So
the Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
I can't. I live in Texas. I can't root for the Giants.
The New York Football Giants. Have you guys ever watched that? Like Carl's Stone Cold Lock of the Century of the Week from Aquitaine Hunter Force.
Yeah.
That's so
it's good.
So good. The Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
I did like that show for a while.
I don't understand. Like, who's going to be able to sell this? Can people sell comics now? Hasn't Pawn Stars proven that we're not able to sell comics at all and make any money selling comics at this point?
Depends. eBay.
It depends.
Yeah, eBay had for a few days and saw one sell. One of the Bad Idea ENIAC #1s was like 3 days,
$1,000,
$100. Yep.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this is the obligatory buy Bad Idea comics portion of the show because they're awesome. Doug. Yeah. So the Eisners happened.
He's getting it. Look, he's getting it. He's like,
I think so. I think I just bought one.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, keep going. I'll find it.
My stack of Bad Idea books are over there. But we have new Eisner winners. So the top winner was Jean Luen Yang, who took home 3 awards: Best Publication for Kids, Best Adaptation from Another Medium for Superman Smashes the Klan, and Best Publication for Teens for Dragon Hoops. All other winners are listed on the screen. So let's take a little look here. One thing that I thought was cool. So let's see. Best short story. Did I read any of those? I didn't read any of those. I didn't read any of those.
I'm not. I need other people in here.
When the menopausal carnival comes to town. I'm sorry. That is the best title I think I'm going to see in a while.
I mean, I plan on whenever the Eisner winners come out, I always want to check out and just see what the best of the best is. So I do take a look. What I'm really excited is Hydra. Jesse Lonergan was nominated.
Yeah, Hydra was so good.
We interviewed him. Yep. We interviewed him. Yeah.
The other history by John Ridley, so good.
I got that issue. Yeah, it is really good.
I love it.
Kelly Thompson won. I think if you scroll down
for Black Widow,
for Black Widow
series,
and then Department of Truth. I mean, come on, that's like one of the best series of this year.
Wait. What, did Kelly Thompson win, or was Kelly Thompson just nominated?
No, she
Kelly
won.
Thompson won.
Okay.
Yep. Usagi, how does Usagi?
I don't know.
I haven't read
the first one. I was like, oh no, you got to read it. Don't be fooled by the art. So I read it. I was like,
Stan Sakai, he won letterer too.
He's been doing Usagi for decades.
Decades.
Yeah.
But they
Usagi is older than some of the people on this chat.
I know Usagi from the crossovers with the Turtles. That's the only time I've ever really read Usagi. And I did try it a couple times, but it just wasn't really my jam. But I guess it's the best series. So
well, it's coming on Netflix, and I hear it looks fucking sick.
I'm sure it's good. I just didn't really give it a fair shake. Wait, go for a second.
I'll drop a link in the Discord, Judah, for a standalone graphic novel you can read. It's really good.
Yeah, please do.
Usagi.
Matt Fraction and Steve Lieber. Sweet. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. I've heard people raving about that. I'm surprised Far Sector didn't win because it's awesome.
You like Far Sector.
Because I like Far Sector. Like, why would I even say that? Like, I'm surprised this thing I read didn't win and lost to this thing I didn't read.
Just say it's political, Judah. It's all political. It's all political.
You gotta play the game. You gotta play the game.
Go down. Next one is Kelly.
Is this literally about Jimmy Olsen? Because I cannot in any part of my brain imagine it. It's a squeaky toy.
It was Jimmy Olsen knocking at the door.
I thought it was exactly what was going on. Like, are you fucking with me, Jimmy? Get back in the corner. Get back in the motherfucking corner.
It's Matt Fraction. What'd you say?
Oh yeah. So this is a shootout. I've read all of these except the one that won. I haven't read Kelly Thompson's Black Widow, which I plan on soon because I really
so good.
Those are the ones with the Adam Hughes covers, right?
I haven't. I've been
good. This has to be.
I've been reading Crossover. Yeah, this must be fucking amazing to beat Crossover, the Department of Truth, Philadelphia, and we only find them when they're dead. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But hold on, let me stop. I did this like the fuck, but I meant like, man, now I need to read this.
Yes,
you're beating out. We only find them when they're dead. Department of Truth is. I've only heard people mind blown from it. Crossover's really good and really popular. I don't know if it's like groundbreaking, right?
Transcendental, yeah.
Kildopia, super fucking dope. So Black Widow will be good.
I'm gonna order the trade probably sometime soon because I need to binge this amazing Black Widow series.
The first arc is on Marvel Unlimited if you have that already.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, it's a must read. It's somehow beat some of the most incredible series I've read in years. So, yeah. What else do we got here?
Publication for early.
Do you guys find that Marvel? Because I don't keep up with the Eisners as much, but I'm noticing that you don't get a lot of Marvel titles up there, beating out the competition.
Yeah, this is like the Oscars where it's an artsy fartsy, not to sound like an idiot, but it's like an artsy fartsy type of award thing. It's not like,
come on, man, Sin City won the Eisner Award when it came out. It's easy because you're able to write more interesting content when you're not working for the big two. I mean, I think that's just
absolutely. I think there's some truth to that. I don't know any of these. I do plan on checking some of this shit out. But...
Kent State is really good, although it's pretty sad.
Well,
it's based on a true story.
Because people die.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they shot those kids, isn't it? Here's what's sad. That Kent State is such a like monumental moment, and people are getting shot all the time these days, and people are like, well,
yeah,
the Onion article comes out again.
I did read Pulp by Ed Brubaker, and it was fantastic.
I live for those quarterly books by Brubaker. And,
everything he does with Phillips, amazing.
Brubaker in his crime stories, I mean, he's definitely he put in his time, working, with the larger numbers, and now he's like able to just make hard-boiled after hard-boiled great story.
Yep.
Mark my words, Monsters by Barry Windsor Smith is going to win an Eisner Award next year.
That's the one that it was like 30 years in the making.
Mm-hmm. And it is that good. It's amazing. It's gonna win at least one Eisner Award, which would be awesome to see Barry Windsor Smith win an Eisner Award in 2021.
Have you guys ever found the initial book because it was him and Bernie Wrightson, Mike Kaluta, and somebody else. They were all like housemates back in the day. So there's an anthology book of like all their art from like back. They had a sketchbook that they used to like draw in together and whatnot. It was like how Lucas and Spielberg and Coppola were all like film buddies. Like that's it. And then when they entered into the game, it was like taking, this whole new approach to doing the comic books, which they did. I mean, I think that they were revolutionary in their time that they came out. But you should check that out because it's just a collection of just amazing work.
Check out the James Tinian IV.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best, man.
I mean, everyone on this list,
literally the best.
Something's killing the children. Yeah.
I've been standing James Tinian for like weeks now. I knew of him because I'd read his Batman, but I started reading Something's Killing the Children and Department of Truth and his new series, The Nice House on the Lake.
Yeah.
That's the best ones. Like out of all of those, I love Something is Killing and I love Department of Truth, but The Nice House on the Lake, like that first issue, I could not get the second issue in my hands fast enough.
Yeah.
It ends with just this.
Tinian's best work is outside of the big two, and even the big two stuff. It's so good.
So good. His star is on the rise.
Yeah. I was looking at my comics app where I keep track of everything. He's the writer I have the second most of issues of anything. Scott Snyder's the first one because I'm a Batman stan and I just love his work. But Tinian, who's a student, he's the second one that I have the most of.
I think he's definitely like rising in like a very like Morrison or Ennis kind of way of like he will be regarded as one of the all-time greats in like 20 years.
All right, then everyone start checking out like his information and his backstory right now. Yeah. Right now, everyone find out if the guy is a scumbag, please.
Nope, he's a good guy.
He's a good
guy.
That's good. That's
good. So far, I guess.
I'm gonna skip this aftershock thing because we're kind of running long, but I do want to get to this Scott Snyder business. So you mentioned Scott Snyder.
I did.
Scott Snyder is joining Comixology Originals with 8 superstar artists. So this was I saw this retweeted by a few different guys. Dice Art retweeted it. A few other people were kind of retweeting this on Twitter. Basically, this is kind of game changing because he's a top tier big 2 artist, and he's joining this Comixology Originals thing where they're releasing these books on Comixology. His publishing company, Best Jacket Press, they're teaming up with the Comixology Original content line to release 8 new comic books, each drawn by like these great artists: Raphael Albuquerque, Greg Capullo, Francesco Francavilla, Jamal Igle, Tula Lote, and Francis Manupal, and Dan Panosian.
Is Manupal doing the interiors? Because I know a lot of his stuff.
Yes, these are the interior artists.
He's doing the sci-fi book, which is like fucking gonna blow my mind.
This historic multi-title deal with Comixology Originals has enabled us to assemble a murderer's row, which I would agree with, of artists, and together we're challenging ourselves creatively to work outside our comfort zones and really lean into the possibilities of making comics. That was the press release. And then he also said, this deal allows me the freedom to explore the kind of storytelling I've wanted to try for a long time while supporting my need to try something that's not totally comfortable for me. He's getting paid more than most people get paid to write like print comics. And he's getting a lot more creative freedom. And I think a lot of that is because there's no overhead because it's a Comixology original. They just have to upload it. They're not printing a bunch of books. So this is the future. This is the future, and this is going to lead the way for a lot of creators to kind of have their own have a lot more freedom and make more money putting out this kind of stuff. So I think it's a pretty cool thing. The only downside is that Jeff Bezos also makes money off of it.
Well, he did mention he has a stream every Wednesday from a shop. So some stuff will get collected into graphic novels. Some stuff will be printed in single issues later on through probably, I think, Dark Horse. It's just this is just kind of like the testing ground, I guess. It's all going to be Comixology Originals first, but then it'll go to some kind of print at some kind of somewhere.
Do you have to sign up and subscribe to Comixology? I mean, is it free to read or what?
No. So the way it works is you get a subscription very similar to like
Yeah.
it goes to your Amazon Prime, but it's like getting a Marvel Unlimited or a DC Infinity subscription.
Yeah.
There's a lot of free stuff, and I'm finding that it's getting better. Like there's a lot.
You are so gritting your teeth as you're giving compliments to Amazon too. You're like, it's getting better.
You read $2 a month and it already paid for itself.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the service itself. Like, obviously, we don't like Jeff Bezos, we don't like Amazon, but what they're providing for the money to the consumer is a pretty good deal.
I know I use Amazon for things, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
Did he die in space, by the way? Did he come back alive or tentacles or some shit?
Now.
He did have an epiphany that we should save the Earth, so maybe.
What the fuck?
Like,
what?
Yeah. It's precious. We should treat it right. Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't do that.
Oh, wow. Thank you for arriving to that conclusion after going into space. Awesome.
Guys, we're dependent on oil. I just realized that.
Hey, so before we wrap this up, you wanna talk about this real quick?
I just wanted to talk about the James Gunn thing really quick. This is a fast one, but I think this is cool to cover. So real quick, because I know that we got to talk about our giveaway. James Gunn has revealed that Marvel and DC Comics characters. Okay, let me try to say that again without sounding stupid. So he made a pitch for a Marvel and DC crossover movie. This is real. This isn't from We Got This Covered. This is real news. The Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy filmmaker James Gunn has revealed that he's talked to Marvel and DC about a crossover between the two franchises. And guess what the crossover is? He wants to do a Harley Quinn and Groot movie.
Huh.
Harley Quinn and Deadpool make a lot more sense considering that they're the same thing, but whatever.
Or Groot and
but what if?
Beast.
But what if? Just think about it. What if that would be the best? That would be the most successful movie from a box office and like viewing standpoint ever.
Would it though?
Groot would make more sense with Poison Ivy.
I don't know. I'm not talking about it making sense or even if it being good.
They like the idea of Harley Quinn jumping around about the plant. And her repeating, "I am Groot. I am Harley. I am Groot. I am Harley. I am Groot. I am Harley," and that going on.
I love me some Harley Quinn, but putting her up with the one-liner Groot. I love Groot too, but I don't know. I'd probably watch Wolverine and Jimmy Olsen though. So
yeah.
Give me that Nightclaw movie.
So you say that he's been in talks with Marvel and DC, but I mean, being in talks with Marvel is one thing, but if this is film, he's not in talks with DC, he's in talks with Warner Brothers, right?
So that's what it is. He's talking to Disney and Warner Brothers, but he's worked for both, so he knows these people. He made the Suicide Squad movie, and he made the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So he's the execs are on his speed dial. You know what I mean? So if anyone could make these talks, it's Gunn.
Yeah, but I mean, like saying that the people at Warner Brothers, like Warner Brothers management changes like what month is it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I'm not like one guy could be like, this is great, let's go with it, and then he leaves or gets fired, and because that was one of the issues that was going on with it for a long time. I'm
not saying it's probably going to happen. I don't think it's probably going to happen. What I'm saying is, out of all the avenues where it could happen, this is the closest. Like, there's if ever there was a way that it could happen, James Gunn
bringing everyone together.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw him on Jimmy Kimmel, who was hosted by what's his name? Anthony Anderson. Is that right?
Yeah.
The black comedian.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, what? John Cena comes out in the Peacemaker costume.
So good.
And Margot Robbie talks about like how her boyfriend, of a few years, had a John Cena life-size cutout in the room, in his bedroom and stuff like that. Now that's funny on its own. That's really great on its own because that was like how they got to know each other on set, and her and Cena. But the best thing is Cena, who I'm quite certain is now a comic genius. Like he's getting up there with Hemsworth as far as like his comic timing. He's there in his Peacemaker suit and he's listening. He's like this. Like everything, like, you know, it was really, really great. And he's like, yay. And it's like, but it made me uncomfortable. Oh. He's just like, it's the funniest shit ever. And so they bring out a life-size Harley Quinn. Cena gets up. Remember, he's in the Peacemaker full head to toe with the helmet. And he goes around and like he's like gonna like try and like, you know, put the moves on like this cardboard cutout of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. And it's like this great like 10-second like
I wish we had that video.
Yeah. Well, we don't need the video now because we basically just saw it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like I'm just committed to memory. I thought it was so amazing. It's so amazing. Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
Just like Suicide Squad is going to be the best thing that, you know, the DC's put out. Done.
Let me ask you this, Dakota. Do you like shit? How do you feel about free shit?
Do I like free shit? I love free shit. Everyone loves free shit. Who doesn't love free shit? What are you?
Everyone loves free shit. So what if I were to tell you that you could win free shit watching our channel? Oh,
this is so good. I love it.
Would you believe me?
Would I believe you? Well, I don't know. It seems like how could they possibly get free shit, Judah?
Well, what if I were to tell you, now I need you to put on your imagination hat for a second. What if I were to tell you that Valiant sent us a box of free shit and that we were planning on just fucking giving it away?
I would say that's amazing, Jonah, but how could you possibly give away all of this free shit?
That's such a good question. Fuck. Check this shit out. What you're seeing up there is our Great Valiant giveaway. Why am I pointing there? What's wrong with me? What you're seeing right there. What you're seeing right there is the thumbnail for our Valiant free giveaway, which is going to happen on the 7th. So on the 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Pacific time, if you subscribe to our channel and you jump into our stream and you're there during this giveaway, all you have to do is be there and you have a significant chance of winning a multitude of free shit that we have from Valiant.
Go to our channel. He did the unboxing. It's all inside there. It's a lot of shit.
Do you want to see it? I mean, I have it. Okay.
Yeah. Why? Yes, Judah. I think that I would love to see your shit.
Okay.
Did I tell that right? I was looking at the camera.
There's memorabilia. There's memorabilia and like other stuff. But what I have right here in arm's reach is this Bloodshot variant. This is from Baltimore Comic-Con. It's pretty exclusive.
Those are cool.
We have Bloodshot #1 with the gold logo. These are limited edition.
Oh, it's got gold foil on there. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So you could win this. You could win that. We're not just giving it all out at once either. Like you have like 13 chances to win something.
Another
Faith
with the gold logo.
Yep.
So you could win this.
Greg Katzman says that those are rare. They usually are at Comic Cons and shit, and they're called goldies. Apparently.
Check out this. This ring light is killing. This ring light is fucking. Hold on a second. God damn it, fucking Christ. All right. That's still bad. It's even worse.
That's worse. It's actually worse. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it right here. So this is the DNA variant. DNA variant of Quantum and Woody. How dope is this? Look at the quality here.
That's super dope.
You can win that. And then, I mean, there's other stuff. There's a Dr. Mirage Magic 8-Ball, which is really fun. I kind of want it for myself. You just kind of shake the 8-ball.
Yeah.
Give it a good.
And if you had two of them, like imagine if you had two, like just two 8-balls.
Yeah, like you could just shake these 8-balls.
Yep,
and
tell the future with two things at once. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's all this other shit too. There's like pins. There's a tie, a Valiant tie, and there's trade paperbacks. So you could win these Bloodshot Rising Spirit trade paperbacks. And these are thick trade paperbacks.
Oh shit!
So like this is awesome. I'm stoked for whoever wins this stuff because it's a lot of really nice stuff. So subscribe to the channel. If you want to win, subscribe to the channel. I see you all in there, by the way, and you should be liking this video too. But subscribe to the channel and be in the stream on the 7th. It's a Saturday. We're going to be doing a Club Valiant episode on Harbinger Volume 2 by Joshua Dysart, which will be incredibly, wildly entertaining. So you definitely want to be there. But people will be winning shit throughout the entire stream. So do not fucking miss it.
Hey, Daniel wasn't here, so you have to say all that again.
I can't reproduce that.
I feel like I through magic I heard it all. So, that looks right. Like that Faith #1. Holy shit!
That's it.
Yeah. This is
Faith and the Bloodshot are definitely are definitely ones. Miracle
this is our best giveaway so far.
I want to see the tie. Can I see the tie?
You're absolutely right. But don't worry. We may have
because ties are. Oh, hang on a second.
Oh,
what? Oh, that's hot. Damn, that's hot.
It's not a clip-on either.
No, this is a real tie.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to. He's gonna like tie it in a bow.
Judah's gonna send it to you with a link on how to tie it.
If you subscribe to the channel,
that's awesome. How to tie a tie the Valiant way.
I'll tell you what. If you win the tie, I will send you a personalized video on how to tie a tie after I
watch the video. He's gonna be naked
after I watch a video and refresh.
He's gonna be balls swinging in the wind.
Probably in my adult life.
He's gonna have it like this. It's like first you drop the tie down to here.
This
is where you want to get the tie. Oh,
this is a Dr. Tomorrow baseball signed by Alejandro Arbona.
I love Dr. Tomorrow. That was such a cool comic.
Yep,
that's hot, dude.
Yeah.
Look, so I never read Psylords. I plan on reading it, but I haven't read it yet. But these patches are apparently from Psylords. Greg Katzman told me when I asked. So yeah,
they're definitely Psylord. Hey, which way is up on that?
I don't know. So some prizes are better than others, you know. But like,
how am I supposed to put that?
I don't know.
It's like someone took the Basquiat logo and just like washed it a bunch of times.
If you haven't seen the unboxing video, watch the unboxing video, and then watch Judah pull out those patches, and it's gonna go something like this. Like, oh, and then his wife Sammy is videotaping, like, oh, what's that? And he's like, oh, and then there's these like these are pretty cool. These are cool. And then on the thing is this Psylord patches, like the kind of
in quotation marks Psylord patches.
Fucking one take Judah.
Yeah, that's it.
We have this.
This
he like tries to stick it on like a wall or something like that. What do I do with it?
I don't know what the fuck this is, but go on a jacket or something.
I think it's Valiant. I call them Valiant patches because it must be Valiant, right?
Yeah, so. They're Valiant patches. Ainsley, every single person here can tie a tie after watching a YouTube video on how to tie a tie. Yeah. I brain shit that hardcore.
I learned how to tie a tie in order to come to Japan because I was going to work in corporate offices to like teach English and whatnot. So I had to learn how to tie a tie. At the interview, just before the interview, my buddy came over and long story, was down in LA. I had to go down to LA and I met up with my buddy down there. And he's like, yeah, you got to do your interview tomorrow. And I'm like, hey man, do you know how to tie a tie? And he's like, you're joking, right? You're 25 years old and you don't know how to tie a fucking tie. Haven't you ever been to a wedding?
I mean, nobody can tell if it's a clip-on. I'm just gonna put that out there.
No. I mean, I know how to tie a tie now. And actually, I was gonna say ties are kind of like the other end of the spectrum with how pajamas you get to sport out your nerd. Ties are the other sort of end of that spectrum where you got to kind of throw it out, but in that kind of classy sort of way. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of that shit. And that tie is sick. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the Valiant, you couldn't even tell it's comics unless you know. If you know, you know, but if you don't, it's just a tie that looks cool.
Yeah, it has that slick, I'm a part of a members club kind of emblem or some shit. Yeah, for real.
A secret society tie.
Yeah.
This tie comes with a handshake.
Hey, I'm in a secret society, baby. You wanna look at my tie?
Hey, Danny, this was unscheduled, unprompted. We weren't sure if Dakota was gonna jump on, and you said, "Fuck it, I'll come on. I'm ready right fucking now." We said, "Yeah,
That's
come
right.
on."
I'll put on a hat and let's go.
Yeah,
I'll put on a hat. Let's go. Let's go, motherfucker.
Thanks, man.
I know it's Gotham City, but still ACAB. So, anyways,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Hey,
Yeah, a cab on that. But that's awesome. It's like, are you ready? I was born ready, son. I was
Born ready.
Hey, talk about your channel real quick. You do a bunch of reviews and stuff. What do you got going on?
Yeah, you can find our stuff at Next Issue Podcast. We do lives on Sundays where we're talking about. Somebody brought a Rocketeer earlier. We're actually talking about the Rocketeer movie this weekend. But throughout the week, I'll do like trailer reactions and then comic reviews on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, however many I can read. So yeah, I just read this one this week, Superman, Son of Kal-El. Really, really fucking good. And yeah, so yeah, go check that out. We are not at 500 yet, but we just hit 250 subscribers. Nice. So congrats to you guys. You guys are role models.
Thank you.
Keep hustling, baby. Keep hustling.
Thank you.
So Daniel's definitely in the IFLC family. So I think if Not Near Mint, which is about to kick off their 100th episode in 10 minutes, Not Near Mint is family. And Danny's family, but Danny and Not Near Mint, I don't think you guys know each other. You should probably check out their channel in 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
And you guys are like step brothers or something? I don't know. Maybe Eskimo brothers?
We're like people that showed up to the same party because we have one friend in common. That's
You're
in the corner with the beer going.
But that's it. That dude too in there, nobody caught except for Judah. Judah, you want to do you have anything else to say? Got any shows?
Yeah.
Italian Club. We got a lot of shit going.
So yeah, we got a lot of shit going on. We're interviewing Robert Venditti, who is we've been talking a lot about his work, and I think more than one of us are pretty big fans, so we're excited about that. That's going to get posted sometime in the next month. And then I already talked about Club Valiant, which is also going to feature the giveaway on the 7th. On the 8th, we're doing my other favorite segment, Delirium Hour, which is when Robo, me, Respawn, and G Money talk about the Sandman series. So right now we're on the 3rd book, Dream Country. So just a honest heart-to-heart with the people watching right now. I was really pleased with the turnout for the first episode of Delirium Hour. I was a little disappointed with the turnout. Oh, yeah, I was a little disappointed by the turnout the second episode. So you don't want to miss this shit. This is Sandman, and there's a show coming out, and
retweeted by Gaiman. Retweeted by Gaiman.
And Gaiman retweeted us. Yeah, that's right.
Retweeted that bitch. Yeah.
That's probably why.
What more do you fucking need at that point?
So Pride or Die. Glenn or Ainsley brought up Pride or Die. This is a recurring segment. It features Ainsley, G Money, Respawn, and it's fucking awesome. They go over everything happening in the LGBTQ comics world. Really good hot takes, really good analysis, really good discussion. Everybody seems to love it. I love it. Definitely make sure you're there for that. That happens on Friday.
Their last show about the X-Men Gala.
Yeah, the Hellfire Gala.
Oh, this is so good. I love it. I love it.
And this is going to be about Steve Orlando's 2016 Midnighter at the Apollo, which is awesome. Midnighter and Apollo, not Midnight at the Apollo. Why did I say that? But yeah,
I would read that too.
Little stand up. It was really good. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they try to kick Midnighter off the stage with the cane?
Like the Hook.
Yeah. That dude would die. He would kill that person. Yeah.
Fuck off, man.
And Glynis says, "Fair warning, we will turn you gay." So have fun with that.
This is a fact. Yeah.
They're gonna hit you with the gays, with the feels, with the gay feels. I've watched Pride. I've not been able to check out Delirium Hour, but I've watched Pride or Die. I do enjoy. I enjoy actually a lot of stuff that you guys do. I think you guys are hitting it. You guys are all killing it with what you got, and some of the guests are not including me, but other people who are good and show up on time.
You're our best guest. You're our number one guest.
Yeah. And if you're Kevin Eastman, you have to say stuff like that. Don't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Dakota, you're my favorite guest so far because I hit up Robo because they were waiting on you. I was like, "Hey, I'll jump on if I'm here. I'm ready. Let's go."
I got this, baby. Who's this
But then you
motherfucker?
shut up.
Where does he live with? Japan? Get the fuck out of here with that.
Hey, if you're in the chat, it means you're on YouTube right now, so it'll be a very easy transition to come from here to not near mint in 7 minutes. So just putting that out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our show. Thank you so much, Dakota Alexander, for coming on. Check out his Etsy. It's not in the description right now, I don't think, but I will do that. As soon as I click end, I'm going to go put the link in the description.
If anyone wants to take a look, the easiest way is just do a Google search for Drums of the Serpent. Drums of the Serpent is my name, but in kanji. So the 3 kanji are hit, drum, and snake, and I just turned that into the name of my art company, Drums of the Serpent.
That's what I call my balls.
The Octagon.
Yeah, say the name of your podcast real quick.
Next Issue Podcast. Just go. Just put that on YouTube. Yeah, Next Issue Podcast.
Thank you all. Don't forget to check out Not Near Mint. Their 100th episode. Judah's gonna jump on. They're gonna do a fuck, marry, kill on all sorts of crazy ass comic book characters. You don't want to miss it. Take it easy. I love you all, and start wearing your masks again. Apparently.
Yes.